If Trump's total immunity works, couldn't Biden have him assassinated? Yes. His lawyers literally answered that exact question in the affirmative when asked by a judge. Trump's legal position is that Joe Biden cannot be prosecuted for assassinating him, unless he is convicted in an impeachment proceeding first. Yes, that is the implication. If the president has total immunity, then Biden doesn't really have to step down as president. There's no repercussions for breaking our laws. Trump only believes he should be allowed total immunity, not every president. Honestly, if Trump's immunity somehow works, it definitely won't. He should just ask Obama or Jimmy Carter to kill Trump. That's why Supreme Court won't touch this before election. Imagine Joe Biden sitting there with a Supreme Court decision that gives him the full legal right to eliminate his opposition. I still feel he'd reject the motion. And rightfully so. We're not that kind of country that eliminates our domestic political rivals with assassinations. That's for Russia, not the US. Yes, Biden could have an Apache helicopter launch a missile and kill Trump and his followers' legal team. And, per Trump's legal team, nothing could be done to Biden unless Biden is impeached. The Supreme Court could find a way to say that Trump has immunity and other presidents don't. Didn't they say after Bush versus Gore that case didn't set a precedent for future cases? Theoretically. But let's be clear. Trump isn't arguing that Biden or anyone else should be immune. He's arguing that he should be immune. Trump feels no need to make logically consistent or coherent arguments. So both he and his pack of zealots are completely comfortable with the idea that most people should follow one law, and Trump should follow a different law, or no law at all. I don't think even his appointees will go for it. However, granting him immunity would make him a dictator. And dictators don't need judges. But if they did go for it, they would do it so that there is the absolute minimum amount of time between them issuing that ruling and Trump being able to get in office. That way they could claim to have followed some semblance of the law despite instituting a dictator. But would also ensure that only a Republican wields that power. Because obviously a Trump dictatorship wouldn't involve any further elections. Ultimately, don't even bother arguing about it. Conservatives who support this idea don't have any real arguments. They just believe they and Trump are superior and deserve to rule. And a lot of them think it's funny to make nonsensical and contradictory arguments and then watch people try to take them seriously, work through them and get frustrated. Doesn't this also mean that Trump's lawyers are arguing that Biden has every right as president to steal the 2024 election from Trump? Not just Trump, but non-cooperative Supreme Court justices, senators, Congress members, governors, state legislatures, people on the street. Congress would have no effective power to impeach because Machine Gun Joe could introduce his led counter-arguments to the proceedings. It's why such a position is so ridiculous. And it's that kind of power that Trump wants. You have to remember that everything Trump does is for himself. His current plan is running for president to buy himself at least 4 more years on the golf course. He has no thought of the legal slippery slope, the consequences to America or Republicans or MAGA and their children. He cares nothing about them other than how it helps him. Civil war and massive American deaths is more preferable to him than jail or even having to pay debts. But he wants a backup plan. If he doesn't become president, he still wants some kind of immunity. So he wants SCOTUS to give him a get-out-of-jail-free card so he's covered for anything. That's what this is all about. But his convoluted attempt to avoid justice or consequence is bending the law so far that it might break if SCOTUS says each president gets to be dictator. Or even that one specific ex-president gets to be dictator. It will break the checks and balances in the Constitution. And as others have pointed out, even SCOTUS would be technically putting their own lives and jobs at risk with such a ruling. Any living president or ex-president. If you think about it, Joe Biden has a moral requirement to assassinate Trump right now. Trump lawyers argued that he can assassinate whomever he wants when he is in office, and Trump has even stated that he did not swear to defend the Constitution. He should be president for life and that he would go after his enemies when president. If you think about, at this point, Biden should have Trump assassinated to save American democracy. Just have the Civil War at this point. Yes, the judge in the case was hinting at it, if you were to follow Trump's argument, which I sincerely doubt, that the court will agree to. Biden could have Trump assassinated for no particular reason, and have total and complete immunity for doing so. Yes, that's why it's a dumb argument. This is the US, we don't have kings, no one is above the law. You see, they did think about anyone else but Trump having that power. Besides, you forgot the fact that since Biden reps blue, it doesn't apply to him.
Yes. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.